Alrighty. Any pains or injuries before we start? Good. Okay. All right. Good day, everyone. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information is on the bottom of the video. Today's class is open flow. It is a level 1, level 2. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether. Always being mindful that you're making good decisions about your movements and hoping to prevent any injuries. Let's sit up tall. If you need to elevate and sit up on a block or a blanket, please go ahead and do that. And finding a comfortable seat, palms face up. Fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. As you ground evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine. And with the lips touching, start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. And let your inhales even out with your exhales, smoothing out the breath. 3 ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call a response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Katopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes and let the palms face up. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. All right, so right hand to your left side of the head. And then take the chin toward the right shoulder. Continue to pull gently to the back of the head. Release back to center. Drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right side. And chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center. Drop the left hand. Chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back. Opposite side, roll the center. Go in that same direction a few more times, allowing these circles to warm up your neck and your shoulders. And then taking one more giant circle, chin back towards your chest, and pause. And then taking the opposite direction, moving just as slowly. And chin back to center again, and then lifting the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. So Sheldon, you might want to take your socks off unless they're the types where it's sticky, right? Because we usually practice with bare feet. But if you want to keep your socks on and they're like the ones that stick to the floor, then you're okay. All right, so hands to either side. And flexing through your heels, turn your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. 2 more times. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Take outer rotation, circling the ankles. And so what happens is if you wear regular socks, when you traction your feet to the floor, your socks will start to pull off. And it just gets very tricky. All right, take it back to center and switch them around, inner rotations. And back to center again. Cross your shins again, but take the opposite shin on top. This is your non-dominant crossing of the legs. It might feel a little bit tighter. It might feel awkward. Take the arms up, extend on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. And try to keep a vertical, lengthy spine as you rotate. Inhale, draw back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take back up, other side. Back up again, legs forward, forward fold. You can grab your feet, ankles or your shins. If your lower back and your hamstrings are tight, you can stay a little higher. Try to keep a neutral spine as you progress into the deeper forward fold. And make your way back up. Bend your knees, swing the legs back behind you, and down dog. Start to pedal out the legs and walk it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the right knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Inhale, kick your right leg up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg, step the right foot forward, warrior one. So point the right toes forward, ground the back heel down at an angle. Square the torso forward, raising the arms up high, extending for warrior one. On the exhale, open up the arms, open up the hips for warrior two. So Jessica, make sure your right toes point straight forward and you line up the knee over the heel. Good, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. You can take the right hand to the inside of the foot or elbow to the knee to modify if it's difficult to touch down. Left arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Hands alongside the rib cage. 3 progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Ribs and belly to the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down, still hovering. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. So this time your belly and your ribs away from the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, take it. If that's too deep, keeping your elbows bent is fine. And bend the elbows all the way down. Child's pose. Seat toward the heels and folding forward, stretching your lower back. So coming from a back bend into a forward bend. Rise back up, down dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and press your weight back toward the heels. Inhale, raise your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Inhale, kick it up, open up the hips and bend the left knee. Stacking of the hips, left knee is reaching up, right heel is reaching down. Re-extend the left leg, square off your hips. Step the left foot forward, back heel down, warrior one. So in your warrior poses, right, the front foot always pointing straight forward, which means the inside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat. And you want to also line up the left knee over the heel. So this is a warrior leg. You keep that positioning for all of your warrior poses. So this is warrior one, squaring the torso forward, arms up. When you open it up for warrior two, arms are parallel, reaching opposite directions, but the front leg does not change position, still lined up over the heel. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, left arm up and back, support with the right hand to the right leg. Exhale, side angle. If you can, touch your left hand down. If you need to modify, elbow to top of the knee, right arm reach up, and take the gaze looking up toward the hand. Now let the palm face this side of the room. So when the palms face this side of the room, you're not taking a rotation into your shoulders, so it's a lot easier for your shoulders to face the same direction as your torso. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Again, 3 progressive cobras, hands alongside the rib cage. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher, full extension of the arms if you have it. Bend the elbows all the way down, child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold forward. Down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press it back. Inhale, raise your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Let's take that 2 times. Inhale, kick the right leg up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Kick it up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. This time, right knee to the outside of the right arm and touch. Kick back up, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot forward, warrior 1. Arms up high. Make sure right toes point forward, back heels down to anchor down. Side bending, left hand catching your right wrist. Notice the palm is facing up so that when you catch your wrist and you pull up, you can get lengthier to your right side and side bend to your left. So pull with your left hand to lengthen out the right arm. Take it back to vertical, switch. Right palm face up, hook to your left wrist, extend, pull up, and side bend to the right. Take it back to vertical, warrior 1. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back, lift the heart center, your sternum up as you look upwards. And then bow forward, devotional warrior, crown of the head toward the inside of the foot as you keep reaching your knuckles up and overhead. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Warrior 1. Open it up. Warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle pose. Tip the left hip slightly back, reach your right hand further forward. Again, hand to the top of the shins if you're less flexible, hand to the floor if you're more flexible. Left arm reach up. So again, let's look at the left hand reaching up, and it's facing the same direction as your torso, which is toward the window for you guys, right? So that's easier for your shoulders. You're not adding a rotation into your shoulders. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. This time, full push-up. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, bend the elbows to chaturanga, push-up. Roll over your toes. Stay on the tops of the feet. Lift up for up dog so your thighs stay off the floor. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Inhale, left heel up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round, 2 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee to the outside of the left arm and touch. Kick it back up. Step the left foot forward. Warrior 1. Left toes point straight forward, back heel down to anchor, arms up high. Right hand to catch your left wrist. Extend. Side bend to the right. Take it back up to vertical. Switch hands. Extend. Side bend to your left. Take it back up to vertical. Release. Wrap the hands back behind you, but take the non-dominant thumb on top. And again, it should feel a little bit awkward. Draw the shoulders open. Reach your knuckles away. Lift the heart center, your sternum up as you gently look up. And then bow forward. Devotional Warrior. Crown of the head to the inside of the foot as you reach your knuckles up and overhead. Inhale all the way back up. Warrior 1, arms up high. Exhale, open it up. Warrior 2. Lengthen out the left leg. Triangle. Tip the right hip slightly back as you reach your left hand further forward. Hand to top of the shin or to the floor. Right arm up. So you should feel a nice stretch to your left hamstrings here. Inhale. Take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Push up. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. 3 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, right knee in. This time, kick it up. Open up the hips, bend the right knee. Right knee to the outside of the right arm and touch 2 times. Kick the right leg up. Right knee to outside of the right arm. Kick it up. This time, knee comes into twist and touch your left arm, opposite arm. Kick it back up. So it's 3, 2, and 1. Step the right foot forward. Warrior 1. Wrap the right hand back behind you, half bind, and draw the right arm back, the right shoulder back, left arm forward, and bend your left elbow. Inhale, draw the left elbow back and wind it up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay twisting to the right. Lean it forward. Hook the left arm to the outer right knee and twist deeper. Inhale, take it all the way back up and around for reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. So again, elbow to the knee to modify or hand to the floor. Left palm face down and reach forward to the front of the room. So Sheldon, reach forward. Left arm forward. Good. So palm face down. Yeah, so that you don't have to take a rotation into your shoulder. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg. Extended triangle. Right hand to top of the shin or to the floor. And again, left palm face down and reach forward. Take it back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. Stay here in plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Heels are strongly reaching back and hold. Jessica, let the feet drop a little bit so you're level. There you go. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip forward. Chaturanga and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Roll over your toes. Up dog and down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose 3 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, left knee in. Kick it up. Open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee to the outside of the left arm and touch 2 times. Kick it back up. Left knee outside the left arm. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist. Touch your right arm. Kick it back up. Step the left foot forward. Warrior 1. Wrap the left arm back behind you. Draw the left shoulder back. Reach your right arm forward and bend your right elbow. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist your left. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist left. Stay twisting to your left. And lean forward, hooking your right arm to outer left knee and twist. Right arm, left knee. Yeah. Inhale, come all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. Left arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Right palm face down and reach forward. So you should feel a nice stretch from your right fingertips all the way through the right heel. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle. Hand to top of the shin or to the floor. Right palm face down. Reach forward and extend. Lengthiness, lengthiness on the right side. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Again, staying in your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip forward, chaturanga, and hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Up dog and down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down, crescent moon. Now, if your knees are sensitive or you don't do this often, you might want to take extra padding by folding your mat left side towards center, and you double up your mat for extra cushioning. If you're good directly on the mat, that's fine too. Then, step the right heel down. Make sure the heel stays down, and take the hands to the top of the thighs, lifting your torso. Lunge your hips forward, get into the stretch of left quad, left hip, left psoas. When you get to your maximum, you want to keep a vertical line, knee over the heel. All right? So lunging forward, get into that stretch. Then pressing your hands to your thighs, and think about your belly drawing away from your thighs to lean the upper torso back, and you'll naturally start to look slightly upwards. Try not to drop the head back and crunch your neck. You want to stay always supported, looking slightly forward. Now, once all this is set up and you're feeling pretty stable, and you're ready to take the arms up, index fingers pointing, interlacing all the other fingers. If your shoulders are tight and you can't get the arms behind the ears, that's okay. You can reach straight up or you can reach slightly forward. Your choice. Three more breaths here. If you like an option, you can take a side bend, right arm to right leg, left arm overhead. You can also side bend the other way. More advanced students, if you have your binds and you want to take your mermaids, you can take your mermaids, binding left hand to left foot, right arm up. Otherwise, you can take a simple crescent moon. You can take a supported crescent moon. You can take a side stretch. All of those are good options. All right, let's start to finish. Hands to either side of the right foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift the knee. You might even have to walk the foot in a little bit so that you can lengthen the front leg and fold over your right leg for the hamstring stretch. Now, if you're not able to fully extend, you can always keep a slight bend to the knee and then work to lengthen the front leg the best you can. If you get stopped at a certain point because your hamstrings are tight and your knees are slightly bent, you can stay there. So you're looking to progressively get longer and longer in your right hamstrings and getting into the full stretch eventually. Right? No need to stress out and overdo it now. Just take your time. Eventually, you'll get that hamstring stretch. Bend the front knee for revolved half moon. Right knee over the heel. Walk your left hand forward about a foot from your toes and a little bit off to the side so you're in a diagonal. Tip the way forward, stepping on the left foot, right foot, left hand, balancing here and raising your right arm up to twist. Now, if you're shaky here, keep the gaze looking down to the floor, and that will help you tremendously in your balance. If you want to bind, right hand to your left foot, go ahead. Bend your left knee, grab the foot, bind it, and kick it back. Right? If that's not available for you, stay in the basic pose with the heel extending back, right arm reaching up. Take both hands to the floor for support, seated spinal twist. Left knee goes behind the right heel and take the seat down. Notice that the right foot is above and past your left knee, so to the outside of the left knee. Right hand is behind you. Left arm up on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Option, stay here. More advanced students. Tripod headstand to the back of the room. Set up your hands, head to the floor, and shift to your headstand. Otherwise, you're staying in your neutralizing twist. All right, begin to finish up, coming back to your seat. Half moon, step the right foot forward. The right hand comes forward about a foot, a little bit off to the right side, and you're going to stand up similar to the pose before. Rather than squaring off and rotating, you are now stacking the left side over your right and reaching your left arm up. And again, if you're shaky here, keep the gaze looking to the floor, and that will help you tremendously. Begin to break. Step the left foot all the way back and come back up to your warrior two. Reestablish your balance. Then flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, push up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left heel up. Step the left foot forward between your hands. Crescent moon. Right knee comes down. Extra padding to your right knee if you need it. Untuck the back toes. Walk your hands to the top of the thighs and start to lunge your hips forward. Check your alignment. The heels should always be down to the floor. Now, you're looking for the basic, which is lining up the knee with the heel, and that's perfectly fine to stay there. What you don't want is to have the foot too far forward, because this is going toward a split. It requires a lot more flexibility. However, the heel can go further back and the knee can come further forward. As long as the heel is down, you can take this as an option for more advanced students, because this requires a lot more flexibility. And also because the heel is closer to the opposite knee, the balance is a lot harder to do. So that's why basic is with the knee over the heel, with your feet and your knee slightly further apart, giving you better stability. All right, pressing your hands to the top of the thighs, leaning the upper torso back, your belly away from the thighs, then gently looking upwards at an angle naturally, and then raising the arms up high, Venus Mudra, arms up and back. And if you're taking options, you can take the side bend, left arm to left leg, right arm up. You can take the right hand down and go the opposite direction. If you're binding, hand to foot, you're taking a mermaid poses. Yep, that's right. Good. You can take the hand to the top of the left leg to help you support until you've bound. And then once you have the bind, you want to kick the foot back away from you. And that tension of the bow of the right leg and the right arm will give you better balance. And then maybe you can free up your left arm. There you go. You might even want to take that right knee a little bit wider so that you're not lined up knee to heel, but slightly wider, giving you like a plank position to balance on. There you go. Right? Doesn't it feel steadier? Yeah, good. Right? Beginning to feel it on the knees. Right? So that's the reason why, for people who are not used to this, you might want to double up the padding a little bit before you start to hold it for too long. All right, we are holding it for a long time, so let's break. Hands to either side of the left foot, tuck the right toes under, and start to lengthen out over your left leg. So again, with hands supporting to either side, do the best you can to find the left hamstring stretch A slight bending of the knee is perfectly fine. Just work on lengthening eventually. Right, so to gain flexibility, you have to hold the poses for a little bit of time, and then breathing into the muscles to let them release, right? All right, bend the left knee, revolve half moon, right hand. So right hand comes forward about a foot. As you tip forward, raise your right leg back behind you, left arm up to twist. So there is a twist that happens here in the spine. And again, if you're shaking the balance, keep the gaze looking down, and that will help you to check your balance. And then if you're going further to bind the left hand to the right foot, go ahead and bend your knee and grab that foot. And then once you have the foot, you want to kick the foot away from you. When you kick the foot away from you, that stretches into your left arm, giving you a bowing effect. And that's where the stretch happens, right? You want to kick the foot away. All right, seated spinal twist. Left hand to the floor for support. Then take the right knee behind the left heel and gently take the feet down. So the left leg should be over your right to the top or the outside of the right leg. Left hand behind you, right arm up and twist to your left toward the window. Now for Sheldon, you seem a little bit tight, right? So getting the arm to make contact, so that means your hips are a little bit tight. I would recommend the half variation. Keep the right leg extended and step the left foot over. Right? Bottom leg extended forward and step the left foot over. Good. Isn't that much easier to access the pose, right? That way, you're getting the full length of your the extension, and you're adding the twist. If you start to go too tight and you start to struggle, right? When you struggle, your muscles tense up. So when you're trying to do this and you're shriveled up, right, just to get the arm to the outer leg, that works against you. However, if you loosen up the hips by extending the bottom leg, now you can lengthen and get the full benefit of the twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Staying here, if you're inverting again, you can invert again. All right, starting to break, coming back. Half moon. Step the left foot forward as you lift the seat. Left hand forward about a foot, a little bit off to the left side. So maybe to the corner of the mat. Keep the gaze looking to your floor as you rise up. Extend the right leg back and start to stack the right side of your left. Flex your right foot strongly like you're pressing up against the wall behind you, and reach your right arm upwards towards the sky. All right, begin to step it all the way back. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to your floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, push up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Start to walk your feet forward towards your hands to the front of the mat. Feet together, knees together. Then bend the knees. Rise up for chair, arms up. Now your torso is pointing up with a straighter spine. Your arms hopefully around the ears if you can manage. Then on the inhale, lengthen out a little bit more, but not fully extended. Exhale, bend the knees halfway. Inhale, lift it up 3/4. Exhale, bend the knees halfway, 5 times. Inhale up 3/4, 3/4. Exhale, bend the knees halfway. Inhale up 3/4. Exhale halfway, one more. Inhale 3/4. Exhale halfway. This time, lengthen out all the way, lift up, and gently lean it back for back bend to neutralize. Then come back up to vertical. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee, tree pose, taking the sole of the foot to the inner left leg. Try to go above the knee joint if you can. If that's really tight for your hips and it's throwing off your balance, you can go below the knee joint. What you don't want is to press the heel directly onto the knee joint. All right, so above or below. Once you have a steady spot, arms up and out in a wide position. We'll hold it here for about 10 breaths. For those of you who want to work on different variations, you have options like wrapping the hands back behind you, broadening your shoulders, reaching knuckles back, and that'll give you a heart opener. If you want to side bend, right arm to right leg, left arm overhead, and side bend. Side bend this way. So you have to move the hips to your left in order to side bend to the right. See? The hips move to the opposite direction of where you're trying to side bend because all the weight will draw to one side. So you have to counterbalance with the hips going in the opposite direction. Good. All right, and then also, if you take the gaze at a fixed point to the floor ahead of you, that will help you to find balance. All right, your point of focus really helps. You have about 4 more breaths to take anything else you want. All right, anytime we're holding a pose is where you can take options of any shape you want. So maybe your balance is good and you want to take a forward fold halfway. All right, if you have enough hip opening, maybe you can come forward. All right, let's start to make your way back up. And then step the right foot down, chair, and stay in chair for a few breaths here to reset your knees and your ankles. And then dive forward for a forward fold. All right, bend the knees, come up to chair again. This time, you're going to take the torso further forward at an angle, like maybe 45 degrees or so. Then, as if you were taking the breaststroke, you're going to swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward 5 times. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. 2 more. Swim back. Swim forward. Swim back. Swim forward. This time, lengthen out the legs, lift up and slightly leaning back to neutralize. Come back up to vertical. Stepping on the right foot. Pick up the left knee. Tree pose, second side. Sole of the left foot to the inner right leg, above the knee joint or below the knee joint. Once you have that, arms up and out in a wide position. Keep the gaze at any fixed point. So when the focal point is not moving, it will help you tremendously with balance. So Sheldon, I will look forward another 3 or 4 feet in front of you to the floor. And if you look directly down, that is also quite difficult. Look slightly forward, maybe about 5 feet. Good. And if you're taking additional variations, repeat what you did on the first side. So if you wrap the hands back behind you, take the other thumb on top and broaden your chest. If you took a side bend, left arm to left leg, right arm overhead. As you shift the hips to the right slightly, you side bend into your left. And that is your counterbalance. Two more breaths. And so if you're not used to balancing, right, it's quite challenging to stand on one leg, even though technically it's like a very simple task, right? But not if you're holding for a long time and then doing stuff, right? All right, making your way back. When you're ready, step left to down chair. Stay in your chair for a few breaths here to reset your knees and your ankles. And then dive forward, forward fold. With your hands on the floor for support, bend the knees, step the feet back to down dog. Then come forward into your plank, lower all the way down to the belly. Sphinx Pose. Walk your hands slightly forward, draw the forearms down. You want to then grab opposite elbows to help you measure out for shoulders width. Then take the forearms back down. Then you want to check that your shoulders and your elbows line up relatively vertically, and that creates a 90-degree angle for support with your arms. Then once you have your arms supporting, you want to press your belly and your lower ribs toward the floor, and that will help you lengthen your lower back. Then press your forearms down and lift the upper back in opposition. So as you press your belly and your lower ribs toward the floor, that will help you feel grounded. As you press your forearms down to lift your chest, that is your mid-back bend. Now the gaze is slightly toward the floor ahead of you, maybe about 3 feet. The reason is, if you look straight forward, you're crunching the back of the neck and you're compressing, right, because of the positioning of the upper torso. So you want to look slightly down to get to a more neutral cervical spine. So it's a little bit softer, quieter for your neck, and you're concentrating on the mid-back bend. All right, let's activate again. Tuck the toes under. Press into your forearms, lift the hips, and this is your forearm plank. Hold it here. All right, you can go up and down if you need, but we're holding here 20, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 9, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Move the elbows outwardly so you can lower your chest. Walk your hands back. Child's pose. Nice and slow to stretch your lower back. I think I need to go back to elementary school and learn my 1, 2, 3s. How did I lose 2 numbers? All right, make your way back up. Tuck the toes under. Ushtrasana, camel pose. Again, since we're on our knees, if you want to take extra padding, this time you can triple up. If you take the mat from the upper third, if you lift and fold in, you've tripled up your mat. And just take your knees there. All right, so rather than folding it like that, you take the upper third and you just lift. That way, without folding like this, which gets all complicated, so you just take here and you just go like this, it's much easier. All right? You also then want 1 fist distance between your knees, and that will bring you to hips width with your thighs. All right? Tucking your toes under, standing up. Starting with your hands, your palms to your lower back, and your fingers rounding the top of the glutes. Then draw the elbows toward each other, which spreads the chest. Lean the hips slightly forward, which activates your quads. And with your hips leaning forward, you are leaning the upper torso back, and that is your counterbalance for your camel pose. Now you can stay here if your back bend is pretty tight. This is good enough with your support of the hands. Or you can reach back for your heels with your hands to deepen your pose. Now once you have the hands to your heels, to deepen even further, you can move the hips forward, broaden your shoulders, and drop the head back. Lift the head first, look forward, then slowly lift up. Untuck the toes, gently draw the seat down. And then resting your hands, take a few breaths here just to quiet your spine and your hips a little bit, your lower back in particular. All right, come back up, second time. Tuck the toes under. Actually, this time, untuck the toes. Let's take it slightly differently. Hands to your lower back again. Palms are to your lower back. Fingers are to the top of the glutes. Draw the elbows back to broaden your chest. Lean the hips forward to activate your quads. With your hips leaning forward, that is a counterbalance for your upper torso to lean back. Now, if your neck is not so flexible, right, and it's more comfortable for you to look forward, you can take this pose looking forward. And again, if you want to reach back for your heels, you can reach back for your heels. All right, start to lift the head, look forward, and then start to lift up. And again, gently draw the seat toward the heels, and that will give you a gentle stretch to your lower back. Just rest your hands on top of the thighs. Let the lower back quiet. Let the hips release. All right, starting to release, and let's move your mats back to place. And then down dog. Walk it out side to side. All right, pigeon pose. Raise your left leg up. Draw the left knee in. Land that shin to the floor. So you're in a pointed toe position, landing your shin down. And your left thigh angles out 30 to 45 degrees out to the side. So you're actually then balancing on a triangle. With your hands supporting, inch your right knee further back to lower your hips, untuck the toes. Then walk your hands further back, elongate through the spine. This is where you feel that you're more level in your hips. If you're falling off to one side and sitting down, you're going to feel like you're falling, right? And you're going to struggle to draw back to center. So that throws off your balance. You want to be on your shins. You want to be level in the hips. This is where you stay balanced. When you're ready, walk your hands forward, forearms down. You can stay here a little higher, or you can make pillows of the hands and rest your forehead and come into the forward fold. You may remain here for a bunch more breaths, let's say about 10. Or if you want to work on different variations, you can take whatever you want. You can stay in the forward fold and twist to one side. So if you want to take the left hand down and thread the right arm underneath to take the right shoulder, right cheek down, and then left hand up and behind you to bind to your left foot behind you, that is an option. Yeah. So right arm threads underneath so that the right shoulder, right cheek comes to the floor. And then left arm up and behind you. Yeah, there you go. And that will give you a twist. You may remain here, or you can take anything else. Perhaps you want to take a back bend. You want to lift the torso up and stay in a vertical line. So this will maintain a hip opener, but then also adding a back bend. If you want to go further to bind, just like in your crescent moon, left hand comes to the floor for support, right hand grabs the outer right foot, and you want to kick the foot back again. When you kick your foot back, it stretches your right arm, gives you this bow effect, and this tension gives you balance. Then perhaps the left arm frees up to reach up and back. Now keep in mind, right? I'll give you guys the view of the back. You don't want to feel like you're sitting down, Because if you're sitting down, you're falling off to one side, and then in order not to fall, you end up curving your spine. And then you compress your right side. And then you're constantly feeling like you're not balanced. You should be standing on the shin, balancing on the shin, and you should not be sitting down unless you're very flexible and you can actually sit down. Otherwise, most of us are actually balancing and the seat does not touch down. Then when you bind, you want to grab the foot and kick back, right? So when you're balancing on the shins, you don't feel like you're doing this, you see? You should feel like you're standing tall. And you can do all of this very easily. Right? That's what it feels like if you're properly balancing. All right, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in. Tuck the right toes under and press it back to the down dog. Right? So finding the balance is a little bit tricky depending on your physical makeup and what your flexibility is, right? So if you're not very flexible, you're going to have to place your body in a way so that it creates a strong foundation for you to balance on. So it's about seeking what is appropriate so that you can find the balance. All righty, second side, right leg up. Draw the right knee in, land that shin to your floor. So again, you're in a pointed toe position, land that shin to the floor. Your right thigh should be angling out to the side, 30 to 45 degrees. With your hands supporting, inch your left knee further back so you can lower your hips, untuck the toes. Walk your hands back, elongate through the spine. This is where you test. Are you relatively level and are you relatively balanced? If you are balanced, maybe you don't even need your hands. Once you're set, then you can make your way forward. Now, Sheldon, you're quite high right now, right? The best you can with your hands supporting. Inch your left knee further back so you can lower the hips, right? Once you get to about maximum and you're feeling, okay, that's it, then start to walk your hands forward. Now, I can see that your left side is a little bit collapsed. See if you can level out the hips a little bit. So maybe move the left hip, lift up, and move the hip to the right a little bit. There you go. And then come forward a little bit. Yeah. Let's check. Okay, that's pretty good. Can you shift to your left a little bit? There you go. So do you feel it's a little bit more level, and you're probably getting more stretch in your right glutes, right? Yeah. Good. Yeah. So there should be a little bit of work, right, rigorousness, so that you're working on the stretch. If you're going too easy and you're going for the path of least resistance, then you're really not getting that stretch, you see. So now you're much more level and you're getting that stretch. You can feel it more. Now, if it's too much, you can just kind of like ease your way into a little bit of effort. And then once you hit too much, you come back a little bit. But you want to feel something. You don't want to go too easy, because then if it's too easy, that means that, especially if you're lopsided, that means that you're leaning over to one side and you're not getting the stretch appropriately. Right? All right, if you're working on additional variations, go ahead and take that twist that you took on the first side. So this time, it should be your left arm threading underneath your right, left shoulder, left cheek to the floor, right arm up and behind you for the bind. All right, so Sheldon, left arm underneath, left shoulder, left cheek down, right arm up and behind you. There you go. Now, if that is a little bit tough for you to kind of get your shoulders all the way down, you can elbow to the floor, hand to the head for support. All right? That way, you're getting the twist, but you're fully supported, and it's not so difficult. If I have blocks here that are sanitized, I would use a block, you see? So if you use your block to your shoulder, you elevate it. So it's basically the same as you doing this, right? Except if you elevate it here, you're a little higher, it's easier. But I don't have blocks, so going to have to work with what we got. All right, if you're working with other stuff, go ahead and take. All right, so if you're binding for mermaid, right hand stays to the floor, reach back to grab the outside of the foot, and you want to kick the foot away from you, creating that tension, the bowing effect, right? And that will help you lift your torso to more vertical, and then maybe even to a back bend. Once you kick back far enough, maybe your right hand gets light enough that you can free up your hand to reach up and back. Good. All right? Good. So kick the foot outwardly to your left, and that would draw your torso and the weight to your left, and that will give you better balance. All right? Good. Looks better already. All right? So right now, the weight keeps falling towards center, and that's the reason why you fall to the right. You need to keep kicking to the left, and that will draw the weight different. There you go. All right? Right? You just need to keep your right hand on the floor. That's perfectly fine. You can get a very good stretch with support, right? And you don't have to do this if you're not quite there yet. Keep doing this until this gets easy. When this gets easy, then you can start to work on this. Good. Good. Keep kicking back, Jessica. Yes. All right, when you kick the foot back away from you, you see how that stretches your arm. When it stretches your arm, it also pulls your torso to get more vertical. Once you get more vertical and you start to go into back bend, that's when you free up the hands. All right, let's break. Hands back to the floor. Tuck the left toes under and gently press it back to your down dog and take lots of movement, walking it out side to side. All righty, when you're ready, walk your feet forward toward your hands, and let's take the feet down. Extend the legs forward. Let the hands support to either side and gently slide onto your back. Once you're on your back, hug the left knee in toward the chest, taking a reclined twist. Left arm goes out to a T position. Ground the left arm, left shoulder blade to the floor. And then roll to outer right leg, outer right hip to twist to the right. So it's a spinal twist. Take that left knee back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist to the other direction. All righty. Take that right knee back to center, hugging both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Let the feet separate, toes are turned out, arms alongside the body, palms face up, and let it all go. Begin to draw the breath back in, starting to move the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. Rolling over to the right and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. When you take a seat, let's take your non-dominant shin on top again, giving your non-dominant hip a little bit more work to even out with your dominant side. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. Let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this morning. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video. And of course, all of this can be found in my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again. Be well. See you soon.